Fathers, if you need to know or you wondering why your son isn't talking to you, it might be because you're judging him or he feels judged. And I want to encourage all dads to take a seat back. If you notice that your son is pulling away from you, he's not sharing as much, he's in his room more, he's on that game all the time, y'all riding in the car and he's on his phone or he got his hood up, his AirPods in. The nigga don't even have a phone and he got AirPods in. That shit would be crazy. I had a kid do that one time on a photo shoot.
Oh, yeah?
Did not have a phone. He had AirPods in the whole time.
Just not to be bothered.
Just not to be bothered. And I made him take them out. His mom did not say nothing.
Yeah.
I made him take them shits out. I'm about to crack them over his head. But sometimes boys, especially these preteens, man, they feel like they're being judged and they feel like they can't share things with you. And it might be because you're so closed off because you don't understand them and they don't understand you. But sometimes you need to get them out their comfort zone, sit down with them, talk to them, ask them questions and stop whatever you're against. This ain't the time to get your macho, I'm against this stuff off.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to listen and you can help them through their feelings.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times parents don't remember when they were children. Like, I mean, I go through that a lot with a lot of my friends. Like, we'll have conversations. And since I know my friends, right, I've known some of them almost our whole lives. And they'll be telling me about their teens. And I'll be like, yo, you know you used to do that, right? Like, that's literally in their DNA. Yeah. And they'll be like,
Yeah, and you know what? You know, as I got older, I always knew my dad had all the answers. But when he allowed me to notice that, y'all don't have the answers, but I'm here for you, then that made me trust him even more. Yeah. And sometimes it's just about being available for your son and just saying, and your daughter, excuse me. Shout out to the girl dads. But sometimes just letting them know, like, yo, I'm available. I'm here for you. Let's work through this together. And you don't want to be having a son or daughter that feel like they judge you and then they got to go to college and then you really don't know what's going to happen.
That's real. That's definitely real. So my son he's heading to middle school. So
shout out.
He had his promotion ceremony this week. So anyway, he's maturing and he's like he couldn't sleep.
Yeah. He was nervous.
He came around there and he was like, man, he's like, I'm really worried about how successful I'm going to be in the future, whatever. So we had a conversation at like 10:30 at night about like, hey, a lot of success is failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand that, right? But I'm here with you every step of the way, man. Like, absolutely. And I as long as I'm here, it's like, yo, you always gonna have something to fall back on. So I was like, yo, take risks. Don't be worried about failure. Don't be afraid to fail. You know what I'm saying? And then like he was like, he couldn't sleep, so I have like this Papa Sun in my room. He was like, can I go? He's like, can I go sleep in the Papa Sun? Mm-hmm. Because I was outside on the patio. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. I was like, like he just wanted to be like, okay, that's my comfort space. Yeah. In my dad's room, being able. So to your point, right? Like I like that he was able to have that, and I only have him every other week. So to any of y'all that are fighting for custody and you wonder what that looks like and why it's important, is for things like that. You know what I'm saying? So they have those moments with their father. I was talking to a chick the other day, and I was like, she was like, oh, you have your kids. She's like, yeah, I have your kids 2 days in a row. And I was just like, so I actually have them, every other week. Yeah. And I was like, and one of the things that I told her, I said, it's good for him to have the fatherly time, but I said it's also good for my son's mother. Yeah, to have that fatherly influence as well, because that helps her out. Whether women know it or not, a lot of times us being dads, it makes their life easier.
Oh, absolutely. And then I end with this. I like what you said about talking to him through school. And one of the things I told my nephew when he went off to school. So for those that I know, my nephew is 1 year older than Mike's son. Yeah. So they very close in age. And last year I told you, I said, yo, he nervous about middle school.
Yeah.
I have to remind him every day it's practice, not perfection. Yep. And it's just like, hey, you're going to be all right. Like, let's just keep working. You know what I'm saying? Let's do progress. Let's do practice. Perfection will come whenever it's going to come. Exactly. Or it might not never come. But if you just say, hey, I want to get better and better and better, you'll be great. So I encourage all my dads, just take that with you this week. And don't say I never did nothing for you.